My fellow Americans. Nah, that just seemed like some funny shit to do. What's up, y'all? Episode 3 of Politics as usual. It's your boy PDJ, joined by my guy. He back at it, aka what you prefer? Sanji Burris, he back at it. I never know.
Well, you already put my government out there, so I guess we can use my government.
But you like renowned.
Yeah.
You know what I is.
I'm just he back at it. Just he back at it.
He back at it, ladies and gentlemen. And today, episode 3 of Politics as usual. Me and bro, the man of many names, I had to recap the vice presidential debate that took place last night.
This is an actual debate. Well, yeah. One side, I guess.
It was mad debating.
Debatey.
Yeah, it's like the standard debate shit that you're going to get when somebody says things and the other person kind of doesn't really say things but doesn't not say things.
Yeah.
Pretty on fun for the course. So on this show, we usually don't do hot takes. We usually reserve that for the Work and Tell podcast, available every Monday at 11 a.m. on all streaming services except Tidal.
Same call. Politics as usual won't get us that back.
He gonna have to know this, right?
Yeah, he has to. He either gonna sue us or he's gonna give us a bag.
Fine, no, he's the same one that said it's paying homage. I take a big verse, I'm only bigging up my brother. I take a whole line, I'm only bigging up the. Damn, work as well. But look, I'm gonna do a hot take because I feel like it needs to be said. In watching that debate last night, I came to sort of an epiphany. I realized in watching Mike Pence that I understand why like racist and closed-minded white people love him.
Why?
He reminds them of grandpa.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
He's mad grandfathers, mad problematic. I'm gonna say some shit that's kind of wild, but I'm not gonna say it in a wild way. But when you really listen, it's like
he's gonna act like it's nothing wrong. Like he's gonna sell it as if like it's completely normal to talk the way he's talking.
Yeah, back in my day, yeah, we got COVID, but look what you did with H1N1. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we got a debate. And we got Mike Pence and Kamala Harris, vice president versus senator. I don't know, man. I feel like we're still stuck in between a rock and a hard place because like they both kind of But
absolutely.
With Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, I just feel like there's more wiggle room. There's more, we kind of suck, but we're going to look out for you a little more than they will.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my main takeaway from the debate, honestly, was just that cementing of that fact.
I'm going to say this. You texted me last night, and the question you asked was, do I believe Kamala Harris? Right? And my response was, I'm not sure, but she sells it very well. And it was very convincing. It was way more convincing than anything Joe Biden said, right?
Mm-hmm.
She sold it. She was very firm. You know what I mean? It gives off the aura that you're 100% behind what you say you're behind. You know? And if you can carry that, I mean, that's a part of change. You know what I mean? I don't believe everything, but you sell it as if you're going to make action. You're going to take action. And Pence was too, it is what it is. Laid back. I ain't really.
You're describing me. Oh shit, I'm grandpa.
But that's how he sold it. And it's like, granted, everything he was saying was bullshit as well.
Yeah.
But if he's selling it as if it's bullshit, like you gonna buy it regardless, yeah, I can't get behind that for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. So I would say, and last week we did who we thought won. I would say this was a win for Senator Harris. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
All right, good man.
Absolutely. She came out with facts. She stood with numbers that were accurate numbers as well.
And again, we looked at the New York Times and the Washington Post fact check before this episode. Yep. So all they said about fracking, what they said about taking away different like healthcare, health insurance type things.
What I want to speak on, I'm gonna get back to the Kamala Harris point, but they said, I believe Pence said, no matter what we could have done, 200,000 Americans would have still died. If they enforce mask laws a lot more, 66,000 could have been saved.
That's a fact. That's actually like a fact. Like that isn't just him talking. That's literally like when you go on the fact check website and look it up, it's like right there.
Mm-hmm. So
even shit like that, like gross negligence. I watched it with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad, he had the mindset of like they're dancing around the question. And I was like, some of the questions they have to dance around because they're not going to answer it flat out. It's still strategy, it's still gamesmanship.
Absolutely.
Things like that. Like when they both dance around the question of if either you are, whoever wins this election is going to be vice president to the oldest sitting president that we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And they both were like, well, like shit like
Thank
that.
you. Yeah. I would like to say.
Shit like that, man.
Yeah. I think, pardon me. I think, yes, both danced around the question, but Pence danced around every single question. Every single one.
Except about
Breonna Taylor.
Yes, sir.
That's the only one he didn't dance around. Well, he did, actually. He answered his one short answer and he deflected to rioting and looting.
Crazy, right?
Had nothing to do with the question.
Crazy.
The question was, do you believe justice has been served on the Breonna Taylor case?
Let's play a little game real quick.
Okay.
Let's play a game called What Are They Really Saying? When they ask Mike Pence about that, what did Mike Pence say? What did he really say? We know what he said, but what did he really say?
He said, you niggas need to get over it.
No bullshit.
That's exactly what Mike Pence said. You niggas need to get over it.
Bro, and then while the debate was going on, there was a Trump tweet about the suburbs, about the Democrats want to move people from the city to the suburbs, so there go your suburbs. What is he really saying?
Black people move to the suburbs, the rate's going down. Like, this is blatant racism in our face. In our face. And it's just being allowed. It's no type of repercussions whatsoever. It's just, all right, well, he said it, now what? He didn't really mean it like that. That's exactly what he meant. Exactly what he meant.
Literally. Devil's advocate would say, you're better off with the devil you know versus the devil you don't know.
I got a question for you, right? What did he really say? Pence said, Trump has Jewish grandchildren. What does that mean?
It means I got one black friend. Come on, dog.
I said it sounds exactly like a frat boy saying, hey, my frat brother's black.
Or, no, I know gay guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all like I told y'all episode 1, like I told y'all episode 2, me and Taji, we're not politically inclined. We're not poli-sci majors. We don't got degrees or capital internships. But we're two niggas that are smart, have lived life, and have common sense. And you can't sit in front of that debate. You don't have no politics at all. You don't have to understand fracking or bipartisanship or all these terms and phrases that they want to throw out there. You don't have to understand any of that. If you have 2 ears, I'm pointing my eyes. Guess I might have common sense. 2 eyes, 2 ears. You can listen and understand. You can really see what they're saying.
Yeah.
Now, it was a couple moments in the debate where I felt like Senator Harris really, doubled down. She really kind of, I don't know what the phrase I'm looking for. She really kind of made an emotional plea to people who may be undecided or people who may be on the fence. It was a really poignant moment where she looked in the camera and said, among other things, if you're under 26 and you're on your parents' health care, they're coming for you. Like, that moment definitely stood out to me. I felt like that was where she really shined at, you know what I mean? And again, we gotta have the very real conversation of this is a black woman on the national stage, you know what I mean? So I didn't get to do my screen, run through, like, see what Fox says, see what American News says, see what all these different sources say. But I'm really interested to see how they try to spin whatever narrative or whatever thoughts they had on her performance into attack and critique of a black woman.
I think, I'm gonna be honest, the 3 main topics I really wanted to hear about, she was spot on with. For the Breonna Taylor, for COVID-19, and healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Healthcare is something I'm actually going through right now, right? I just turned 26, so I'm looking for healthcare and all that, right? And she was saying, you got pre-existing conditions that are coming for you. I'm looking up the research, and she's 100% right. They're trying to X out Obamacare and something else. I forget the exact term, but that's for people who are already dealing with stuff, and it's a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And they really don't care. They want to get more money from this.
Exactly, and I'm glad you said that, because I was about to say, they run the shit like a business.
Absolutely.
They run the country like a business. So while on paper the numbers might look good, X, Y, Z, yada, yada, I don't know about y'all, but I know that myself, he back at it. I'm sure Shaizi, shout out to Shaizi behind the camera. I'm sure everybody is familiar with what it means to work for a job versus work for somebody that really cares about you as a human being. We all had them jobs where it's like you clock in, you clock out. We don't really care about you, just another number.
Mm-hmm.
That's how them motherfuckers look at the country. You know what I mean? Plus, it's like, if you black, if you phone calls and shit. Like I said, we keep it on it. But look, lost my train of thought. What was I going with that?
If you're black,
if you're a disability, if you can't do anything to make your business better, if you can't cook them fries, if you can't fold them clothes, if you can't do whatever the business needs for the business to succeed, you're expendable. They don't got no problem getting you out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't give 2 fucks about it. And we've seen American people be expendable throughout this this whole coronavirus run throughout everything we've seen over the past couple of years under this administration. We've seen that people are expendable, man. So
just think about it like this, right? You call out of work. The first thing you say is, I'm sick. They don't say, oh, rest up, get better. They say, you get somebody to cover your shift. Mm-hmm. Come on. That's exactly how they're carrying it. Exactly how they're carrying it.
Another very poignant moment to me was when Senator Harris was asked about the vaccine, the proposed vaccine, which date keeps moving. The goalposts keep moving on that too. But she said, quote unquote, I'm going to paraphrase because, again, this is what she's really saying. If the doctor tell me to take that shit, I'm going to take that shit. If President Trump tells me to take that shit, I'm not taking that shit. Now, mind you, I'm not taking that shit regardless.
Yeah.
That might be controversial to say, but we're here. It's our platform. We can say whatever the fuck we want. Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts on that whole part of the debate?
So I'm going to speak on Pence saying, he said there are 5 possible cures being created right now. They're actually moving into the deadline.
Well, that just sound like some shit a manager was saying to you.
So I did the research. It's technically 4, but 1 is on recess currently. So it's 3 only possible that's going to meet the December deadline. 2, these are severe numbers. Like, these are numbers that are crucial to our country. You feel me? It's numbers that I'm not taking the cure. Don't get it twisted. But these are numbers who people are looking for. Like, they want to know about possible cures and whatnot, vaccines. And you're messing up numbers already on a debate. How serious do you take this?
Literally. And we saw what happened when Trump, quote unquote, got it. We'll get into that later, but finest medical care, finest treatment around the clock. You know what's good.
So while we're on the topic of, vaccines and whatnot, I think it's really funny how Pence tried to accuse.
It's funny how.
No, it's funny though because Pence tried to accuse Obama and Biden for plagiarizing. They said they placed a spy in and Trump's camp to spy and take their notes for the virus response. And I looked into it like, what is that all about? Like, this sounds very far-fetched. And they're saying that because the FBI was looking into Russia's their, what's the word I'm looking for? Like their hand essentially in the 2016 election. So they wanted to know like how deep was Russia into this election? What does it have to do with everything? So Biden took that as, oh, well, they put a spy just so they can steal from us. That's crazy to think about.
Bro, and then I like that Senator Harris brought it back to you were in the same room with Vladimir Putin. Your man was on the phone with Vladimir Putin. Y'all had our people under pressure. They had bounties on American soldiers' heads. This didn't come up in conversation?
Insane.
It's insane, bro. Mm-hmm. It's very nasty, but again, that's politics. That's like, I don't know. I even think that, and it's kind of a sidebar a little bit, but even Pence appealed to the young lady's family, or the young lady who was in there, who was captured in the Middle East. I can't remember the specific, excuse me, no disrespect to her and her story or struggle, but even bringing that up on that type of stage as like a paid play, I ain't like that, bro.
At all. I definitely didn't.
And it just never felt genuine either.
At all.
I think that's the number one part of it. Because a big difference when Senator Harris spoke versus when Vice President Pence spoke, like, you can tell that she was letting her humanity show. She might just been a good-ass actor. She might have been a good-ass politician of, I'm going to make this shit feel genuine. I'm going to make this shit seem real. There was a couple other moments in the debate where she kind of mixed the emotional appeal with the...
political appeal.
Yeah, so like when she spoke about actually Joe Biden would be a sitting Catholic president, I was like, okay, all the people in the other parts of America that are really big on religion, really big on Catholicism, it's like, and she had another appeal when she spoke about Abraham Lincoln not wanting to fill the Supreme Court seat. Yeah. She said, honest Abe. She really turned it on right there.
The honest Abe, well, that's the key word right there.
She said, honest Abe.
What about the nickname?
And then she got another portion where she compared foreign policy to relationships.
Yeah. And how did Pence take it?
Well, it's funny as shit because Pence was saying, like, yeah, we're getting bullied by China. And her, like, our game of what is she really saying? She was saying, nigga, nobody fucks with us, so it doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, China might not fuck with us, but nobody fucks with us anyway because of how y'all carry shit. So, would y'all rather be the most hated or just get along, have relationships, build relationships, and again, it's those human appeals where even if you don't know politics, she's breaking it down in a way that's like, oh, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
I like what you're saying because it makes a lot of sense. So she definitely won.
Yeah, I think it's the most emotion Pence showed was when it came to fracking. Like, he was ready to die on the hill about fracking. What is, of all things, fracking? He's essentially saying money is more important than a person's health. I understand it's very prosperous in certain areas and whatnot, but it's also very dangerous as well to a lot of people's health. It's been shown, studies have shown that people get sick from fracking. And I wasn't too familiar with fracking, but essentially it's, getting oil out of rocks and things of that nature, which is dangerous to the environment and dangerous to people who are actually doing the job.
It kind of doesn't really make sense.
Not at all. Yeah. But at the same time, we already spoke on it. It's all about they run the world. They run the United States if it's a business, not more so about the people. It's about making money. I don't know, man. Better for that one. I think it's really just preposterous that out of all the hills that die on, you ready to go to war about fracking.
Oh, fracking.
Not again. Not again. Frack this. I don't understand.
I don't know. This administration, it's back to the point I'm sure we said on previous episodes. It's all about, like, being the president is being the commander-in-chief, is being the big homie, whatever, but it's also a leadership component. It's also when times are hard, I need to bring this country together so we can pool whatever resources we have, whatever collective willpower we have to get through shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this division, it just still exists. But I wanted to ask you this because, again, you're my, I think I would call you my debate specialist, my debate analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like Pence and Trump had the same strategy, except Pence toned his down?
I think so.
Because it didn't seem like be a lot of variation between their arguments and things they were doing. Even down to cutting Senator Harris and cutting Vice President Biden off, and her having to say, "Mr. Vice President, I'm talking."
I think you're exactly right. It's the same exact practice, the way they debated, but Pence was just a little toned down. But I'm also going to commend Kamala because what I said in the previous episode about using all of these aspects and blending it and making it one big, one big practice, she did that. Mm-hmm. She was not afraid. She didn't back down. She affirmed everything. She came with facts. She was speaking. She was really speaking and debating. She was not backing down. And that's how you handle that situation. That's how you look the best. You know what I mean? Like, even if we still don't believe everything she says, it was very convincing.
It was definitely convincing.
She sold it with her heart.
She definitely did.
So it's like, I got to commend her for that. Pence tried to, he tried to handle her like Trump handled Biden, but she was like, oh, well, I need to respond. She even told,
I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
She told the moderator, hey, no, he talked about me. I need to respond to that.
And I want equal time.
And the moderator, I want to speak on that as well. Well, you're going to speak on that later on.
We can speak on it right now.
So I don't like how the moderator was very...
Let's give a name, Susan Page.
Okay. You can give her a name. Okay. The moderator, she was very passive to Pence, but when it's Kamala, she wanted to assert dominance. Excuse me, your time is up. But when it's Pence, thank you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Afraid of Vice President Pence?
Yeah, probably. Or it's also a black woman who's speaking.
Yeah, very true. You can't discount that either.
Yeah.
Can't discount that. How do you feel that she did in comparison to Chris Wallace last week?
Not the same. Wallace let everybody run over. She just didn't let a black woman run over. I'm not commending her for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to do that for Kamala, you need to do it for Biden. For Pence. So
there's talk that the next debate is going to be virtual. Do you think that will give the moderator more control, whoever it is?
It should. They had the technology to mute mics.
And
you could have been doing it.
And just to double back to that last topic real quick, it's just so annoying to hear the moderator yell out again 2 weeks in a row. Mr. So-and-so, your team agreed to these terms.
Yeah, you just don't care about the terms.
Yeah, that's clearly not doing anything, man.
Yeah.
Or sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I don't know how the virtual debates won't go though. Because I don't Zoom be lagging and shit.
I will say this: it won't be as interesting. Definitely won't be as interesting.
Or it might be. Imagine if what do you think President Trump's Zoom background is going to be?
White House with like fireworks and stuff.
And it's gonna be like him riding the ball, even some shit like that.
Should be coming to hospital bed. I don't know why he out. Like, I don't know why this guy's out taking his mask off and things.
And they say he wants to have a rally on Monday.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
Like this guy, oh my gosh.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
I said it last episode. This guy moves very idiotic. He has no regard for human life. Not even his own at this point. I don't know. I just can't. I'm not digging this. I'm not commending this. It's just not. It's not cool. You putting people in jeopardy.
Can I put my conspiracy hat on real quick?
Yeah, please. Spider-Man, man.
Do you think he really had the coronavirus? Or do you think that he said he had the coronavirus to look like a hero to his followers? And pop back out. Just pop back out fine. Like, you know, we can beat this. This virus isn't nothing. If I can beat it, you can beat it too. I'm your leader. Like, I went toe-to-toe with the biggest threat facing our country in a generation, and I beat it because I'm your leader. Follow me?
You might be right. No, you're 100% right.
It's kind of shaky.
Yeah.
Let me take the hat back up.
Go, you're 100% right. He faked this. It was a PR stunt.
Niggas out of PR stunt. Like,
It's the movement. Oh, wow. You got it.
Hey.
Hats off, literally.
And shout out to Cuzzo. Put that little thought in my head. I was like, why would he do that? Bro, look at what the fuck he's doing.
Nah, that's perfect. That's actually completely accurate.
Yeah. So, dire times.
Yeah, man.
Dire times. How you want to bring on this kind of somber?
Well, I mean, we got things that brighten people's mood. We have the Working Title podcast every Monday at 11 a.m. We have After Work and After Practice dropping every other Thursday.
Yeah, so every Thursday we got something.
Yeah. We might have some video content dropping soon for Black businesses. We'll speak on that. Anything else? Oh,
Think before you speak.
yeah. Think before you speak. They had us as guests, but not even just because they had us as guests. They're just a great group of people who do a great podcast. Make sure you tune up to them as well.
Man, so if you want to get your mind off the doldrums of this election cycle, that's a good word right there. That's a SAT word. The doldrums of this cycle. Make sure you tap in with the Words Title podcast. Where I was about to say available everywhere. You know, we got YouTube with this. Couple other things coming out. Podcast still coming out. Still expanding. Still making things happen. So if all that political content is getting you down, it's getting us down too.
Yeah.
So we'll lift your spirits. As always, see y'all. When is the next debate? Oh,
Thursday.
you know, I'm waiting for it. You need to. Shawn Michaels and shit. So the next debate is Thursday, so we'll probably come to you, or we'll probably record Friday, drop Saturday.
Yeah, probably Saturday or Sunday at the latest, but one of those days.
Unless the world goes like even more crazy, then we might gotta pick up the camera and put in some overtime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. We should hold it like Narwhal.